back. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I thought I might do something a little bit different. So as I'm sure, like many of you out there, I've been receiving BoxyCharm for quite a while at this point. I originally signed up in August of 2017, and I've been receiving boxes ever since then. Some have been really big hits, and there are a number of things from BoxyCharm that have come into my regular rotation and become true favorites of mine, and there have really been some misses as well. So instead of doing a rundown of what I got this last month in my BoxyCharm, which you can see literally a million of those videos out there, I thought I would do something a little bit different. So it's now the end of February, which means that March is coming up, so we can start looking for all those spoilers of what we're going to be getting in the March box, as well as the March BoxyLuxe. So if you don't know, in September of 2018, so last September, BoxyCharm launched the BoxyLuxe box, which is basically like a supersized BoxyCharm. You got more things, it cost more money, but apparently it was supposed to be a greater value and you had more products. I was lucky enough after a little bit of drama, okay, not a little bit, a lot of drama. We all know there was a lot of drama with the launch of BoxyLuxe, but I was able to get to that very first September BoxyLuxe box, and I've been subscribed to BoxyLuxe ever since. I also, because I make videos here on the internet, I do receive my regular BoxyCharm as well. So for the last 2 quarters, I have received both the ooh, that was my hair. I've received both the BoxyLuxe as well as the BoxyCharm boxes. So I thought, let's do a little breakdown, let's do some math, let's talk numbers, and let's see, is BoxyLuxe really worth it? Is it a good deal for your money? Are you getting something that you're not going to be able to get from BoxyCharm or just go out and purchase on your own? And more importantly, should you upgrade for the upcoming March BoxyLuxe box? If you want to hear my thoughts, run some numbers, let's get nerdy together, talk about makeup and math. How much fun is that? I know. Then keep on watching. We're getting started right now. Started. So this is the regular BoxyCharm box. In case you don't know, BoxyCharm is a monthly subscription service that has hair care, skin care, and primarily makeup in the boxes. The retail value for each month's box is $21. Of course, you can sign up for different renewal packages. There's a 3-month renewal, a 6-month renewal, as well as a 1-year BoxyCharm renewal, and with each renewal package, you'll save a little bit each month. For example, I'm on the 3-month renewal plan for BoxyCharm, which means I pay about $19.50 per month for each box. In BoxyCharm, you are supposed to receive 4 to 5 full-size items. That's kind of the grabbing sticking point, the attracting. I think the thing that attracts a lot of people to BoxyCharm is the idea that you get full-size items, or sometimes they're not full-size, they're like travel size, full-size, travel size items, but it's not sample size products, it's not minis of things for the most part. So they've been doing this like monthly subscription box. It's really popular. They decided to grow the business, and last September, in September of 2018, BoxyCharm launched the BoxyLuxe box. For example, here is a BoxyLuxe box. You can see that there is, oh, that was something that fell down in there. There's quite a difference in size between the BoxyLuxe and the BoxyCharm box. So BoxyLuxe is actually a quarterly box, meaning that it comes out 4 times a year. The first one was in September, the second one December, the next one coming up is March, and then we also have one in June before it starts over again in September for the next years. So the way that BoxyLuxe works is that you have to be an active subscriber to BoxyCharm, meaning that you have signed up and subscribed and you have received the previous month's box of BoxyCharm in order to get BoxyLuxe. And then once you are an active member, you can then subscribe and upgrade to get BoxyLuxe. So The actual retail price for a BoxyLuxe box is $49.99. But when you are subscribed, they don't actually charge you that price unless you're subscribed for just like the one month, one-off, renew every month kind of plan. The way that it works is that whatever your base subscription price is, like I mentioned before, if you subscribe for a longer period of time, your actual subscription rate is going to go down. So what they do for BoxyLuxe is whatever your base subscription price is for BoxyCharm, during the month when you receive BoxyLuxe, on top of your base subscription price, you will be charged an additional $28.99. So if you are on like the 1-year renewal plan, which has, of course, the smallest payment per BoxyCharm box, you will actually be paying the least amount of money for your BoxyLuxe, if that makes sense. According to the BoxyCharm website, in each BoxyLuxe, you are supposed to receive a value of at least $250 per box. Now, in the past 2 boxes, the total value of all the items in the boxes that I received were well over that $250 like minimum threshold. For example, in the September BoxyLuxe box, we received a total number of 11 items, and the total value for that box was $355.99. Yes, for all 11 items, it was $356. We'll round up the 99 cents. It's $356. In the December BoxyLuxe, for example, we received a total of 9 items. So actually received 2 items less than in the September box, but the total value of the box was actually $386. So we received fewer items, but the items that were in the BoxyLuxe for that month were actually a lot more expensive. So what does that all mean? Let's just do a quick comparison between the BoxyLuxe and the BoxyCharm. In the BoxyCharm, you're supposed to receive 4 to 5 full-size items. So for example, in the September BoxyCharm, we did receive 5 full-size items, and the total value for that box was $119. In the December BoxyCharm box, we also received 5 items, and the total value for the box that I received was $128. So if you start doing a little breakdown and doing some math, we can find out the average value for each item in the box. So let's start with September. So September, we had 5 items. The total value for the items in the box was $119. That means that the average value for the item in the box is $23.80. So you got 5 items in the box and it costs $21, meaning you're actually paying $4.20 per item. Now, if we look at the September BoxyLuxe box, where we got 11 items and had a total value of $355.99, this means that the average value for each item in that box, so all 11 items, was actually $32.36. So yes, the actual cost per item is higher than the BoxyCharm box, which was only $23.80. But when you look at the cost per the entire box, you're actually paying more per item for the BoxyLuxe box. So for each of those 11 items in the box, you're paying $4.54. So what does that mean? Is that actually a good value? Well, it's kind of hard to say. So yes, you are paying more for the box, and the value for each item is more in the box, but the actual amount that you're saving per item goes down, considering that the average cost for each item based on the price that you're paying, it's gone up by about 30 cents, which is not a lot, but it has gone up a little bit. Let's move over and let's talk about the actual the December boxes. So again, we got 5 items in this box, meaning that the total value for this box was $128. This means that the average value for each of the 5 items in the box was $25.60. Yeah, that's a really great savings. And again, the average cost, still dividing the total cost that you pay by the number of items in the box, was $4.20. If we look at the December BoxyLuxe box, where we got a total of 9 items, the actual value of the box was $386. The average value for each of those 9 items in this box was $42.89. Yeah, that's a big value. And then the average cost for each item, so if you divide 9 items by the $49.99 price tag for the BoxyLuxe, the average cost is actually $5.55. So looking at the actual cost of the items in the September BoxyLuxe versus the December BoxyLuxe, you're getting more items in September, which means that the average value of each item is going to be less, but you're paying less per item for them in the box. So I think the easiest way to go about this and decide whether or not BoxyLuxe is really worth it as compared to BoxyCharm is to compare the average value of each item in the box. Since that's usually the reason people are buying these subscription boxes, is to get these items at like a little bit of a discounted price. When you just compare the average value for both the September BoxyLuxe and the December BoxyLuxe, you can see that the actual value of the items that you're getting is much, much higher in the BoxyLuxe. You're getting more prestige brand items, and you're also getting more items for the value of the box. So when you just look at the average value per item in the box, it is much, much higher with the BoxyLuxe as opposed to the BoxyCharm. So on that fact alone, you are saving some money, and if you're trying to grow your makeup collection, if you really enjoy getting subscription boxes, then yes, it definitely is worth your money to upgrade, just looking at the value that you're getting in each box. So that's just the cost, your cost alone. That's not really going to tell you if something is worth it or not, because the worth it and the value is going to be personal for each person. Everybody has different tastes, likes, dislikes, and they're going to get different uses out of all of the products in these boxes. So really it kind of still comes down to a little bit of a personal, am I going to use these things? Do I need more stuff in my life? Like obviously if you're getting a BoxyLuxe, you're going to get more items. Will you be able to actually use those items and get a really great use out of all of them? So that's kind of a little bit more on the personal side. So kind of to explain and as a final thought. So to take a little closer look, I thought let's go ahead and break down the best items that I thought I got in both the BoxyCharms and the worst items that I got in these boxes. So let's start with the September BoxyCharms. So this is the September BoxyLuxe. It's also stuff from the BoxyCharm, but I lost that box. I don't know where the little mini BoxyCharm box is. But the thing is that I think is really interesting is how there's overlap between the items that you're getting in both the BoxyLuxes and the BoxyCharms. So the best item that I received in both the BoxyCharm and the BoxyLuxe would have to be the Laura Geller Baked Blush and Brighten Blush, as well as the Galactic Glowy Skin Duo. So I received one of these in BoxyCharm and one of these in BoxyLuxe. I don't remember which was which. Let me see here. Okay, so I received the Laura Geller in my BoxyCharm. So these two were by far the best items that I received in the box. I love them. I have used them so many times since receiving them back in September, and I think they're fantastic. I actually love this Laura Geller so much, I went and bought other shades from Ulta. I was like, I love this, I'm going to get more. So for me, getting these really added a lot of value to the box, and I'm so excited that I actually got both because I had BoxyCharm and BoxyLuxe because I love them both and I think they are fantastic. So now the worst products. The worst product that I got in my BoxyCharm was this guy. This is the Grande Lips Hydra Plump Liquid Lipstick in a semi-matte in the color Rebel Raisin. It's supposed to plump your lips. So you're supposed to use it 2 times a day for 30 days, and this will naturally plump your lips. Well, I didn't do that because I just hate this formula. It is streaky, it is messy, it's this semi-matte, and it's this dark color. It smears and gets everywhere, and I hate it. I hate this with a passion. It's awful. I don't like it at all. I don't like the color. I don't like that it's super dark, and then because it's super dark, it just smears and gets everywhere, and I hated it. Worst product in the BoxyCharm by far. Ugh. Awful. Now, the worst thing that I got in the September BoxyLuxe box was this guy. This is the Sol de Janeiro Ipanema Sunset Glow Oil. Ugh. The only thing going for this is that it smells good. It has that classic Sol de Janeiro smell. Yeah, it smells really nice. Now this, they say you can use it like 3 different ways. You can use it as like a all over body oil glow. You can mix it with your foundation, or you can use it as a liquid highlighter. I only ever use it as a liquid highlighter because I started there. And I was like, I'm not mixing this into my foundation because it will make, it will be a horrible hot mess, and it will be so greasy and so oily. That's the thing I hate about this. It is a glow oil. It is so oily. Like, I don't know why they think that it's a good idea to mix this with your foundation. It's just gonna break it up. Even if you have like dry skin, normal skin, I have super combo skin, so I already have to deal with like, you know, makeup kind of breaking up and wearing with my oils that I naturally produce. So why do I wanna add this to my foundation? No, because I put it on my, like, I just use it as a liquid highlighter on the high points on my skin. One, doesn't have like a super great glow. 2, look at this, there's no applicator, it's just open. It's just an open bottle of like mess. So you spill it everywhere. I mean, it's a really pretty color, but I put this on as like a liquid highlighter. It broke down my foundation faster than you can say Brazil, like Ipanema. I mean, look at it, it's a pretty glow. I'm gonna give it that. It is a pretty glow. But it is so, so, so oily that when I put this on as a liquid highlighter, it just broke down my foundation and looked a hot mess. It didn't add enough shine to just to like counteract the places where it just ruined my makeup. It was awful. I think maybe as like a, you know, an all over kind of body shimmer would be fine, but it doesn't really dry down and it leaves like a greasy kind of residue. Which maybe, I guess, if you're just like hanging out on Ipanema in your yellow polka dot bikini, it'd be fine. But for me, I'm not gonna smear this all over my body because it just is a mess, and I'm not gonna put it on my face, and I'm not gonna mix it into my makeup. So why do I need this? Answer is, I don't. I don't need this. I don't need it at all. It was a waste. Overall, I still felt like I got my money's worth out of the September BoxyCharm as well as the BoxyLuxe. And the products that I did like, I have continued to use. Like I said, both of these I've used over and over again. The Alamar Cosmetics Ojitos brushes were also included in both the BoxyCharm and the BoxyLuxe. I've gotten lots of use out of those. I also really like the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, the like Nicole Concilio scent. I got the citrus, which, fun fact about me, I hate citrus. I hate citrus. I've only ever had orange juice once in my life. It was in kindergarten. I was coming down with a cold and I wanted to get perfect attendance, so that, because like if you got perfect attendance, you'd get like a, you know, certificate, and you also would get tickets to go see a Rapids, that's the soccer team, a Rapids soccer game, and I really wanted that because I'm super competitive. I wanted to win. I wanted the certificate. I wanted everyone to know I was the best, and I hadn't missed a single day. I wanted perfect attendance in kindergarten. That was probably the last time I ever cared about getting perfect attendance in my like school career, but I digress. So I was getting sick, and my mother said the only way she would let me go to school is if I drank this glass of orange juice and had, you know, the vitamin C. So I drank the like little mini juice glass filled with orange juice so I could go to kindergarten, and that was the first and last time I ever had citrus. I hate citrus. I hate the smell of citrus, and I did not like that juice, so I don't like the taste of citrus. So I was like, I do not want this, like, I don't want this. But I really like the Photo Finish water. It is so hydrating in the like, I got it in September, so that's like, you know, fall, the start of fall in Colorado. So throughout these last couple months where, you know, in the fall and now the winter in Colorado, my skin has been so dry, especially having moved back from California where there's a lot higher humidity. It's been adjusting, and having that Photo Finish primer water has really been a godsend, even though I don't like the scent. I suck it up and I get over it, and I actually purchased the original Photo Finish primer water, which doesn't have any citrus scent, and I like that so much better. So that was a kind of a fun thing that I didn't think I would like, but it was a surprise and I did like it. So overall, I think getting the BoxyLuxe in September was worth it. So that's September. Let's move on to the December boxes, and let's compare those. The theme for the December boxes was 'Tis the Season. Oh, I love me a good pun. I think it's cute. I love pink flamingos. They're actually my mother's favorite animal. So I thought this was adorable. And again, I got the BoxyCharm as well as the BoxyLuxe boxes for that month. December BoxyLuxe actually had fewer items in the box, but a much higher value and cost per item because of this one item in particular. This is the little mini PYT hair straightener. Now, for the December BoxyLuxe, they actually did something a little bit different in that they allowed you to customize your box and choose between 2 items prior to receiving your boxes. If you were upgraded and you logged in for like a certain number of hours on this day, you could choose between this little mini PYT hair straightener and the Suva Beauty Protégé palette. So I tried to do my due diligence. I wanted to get the best value for the box, so I tried to research how much each of these palettes were. It turns out the Suva Beauty palette is $34, which is pretty pricey considering what you get is 6 eyeshadows and 2 little mini highlighters. Yeah, it's a pretty pricey palette. But it was $34. I could not find the price of this guy to save my life. I looked everywhere, but just looking at the other items on this PYT website, it looks like this was probably going to be the more expensive of the 2, just because I think these hair straighteners are a lot more pricier. They're a little bit of a higher end brand. So it turns out that this little mini hair straightener actually costs $75. I know, it is like the tiniest little thing, but it's really cute. I've only used it a couple times because most of the time I leave my hair curly, but I have straightened my hair a few times since December. And I have to say, I do really like this. I have a lot of these like little mini baby hairs that just never, ever, ever grow. And having this little guy was really nice for straightening those. I could also, you know, do it as like make some little curls and some waves. I even used it on days when I had tried to do second day curls and it didn't quite work out. I used it to kind of like, you know, make it a little wavier and style it a little bit. So I actually really like this. I have to say this was a definite plus for getting the BoxyLuxe for me. Now, I know there were some BoxyCharms that got this, which, wow, that would like really increase the value for their boxes. I didn't. I got this in my BoxyLuxe, and the ability to choose this item and add for it to its value of the box was a really positive thing for me. So I really liked this. I think this was probably one of the best things that I got in the December BoxyLuxe. So as far as my BoxyCharm box, I received variation number 1, and I actually got the Pretty Vulgar powder. This is the Powder Room translucent powder in the shade, I don't know what it's called. The name is Mad About It. Like I said, I love me a good pun. I like this powder a lot. Now, I don't think I will probably repurchase this powder just because the cost per gram for this powder is so high, because when you open, it looks like you get quite a bit in this package. Well, you don't. It's actually because you get like this little puff, which is cute and all, but like not super necessary. Maybe I need it. It's getting a little shiny. So you get this little puff, it gets super dirty. It's cute, I like it. It gets so dirty if you actually use it. And then in here is the powder. So it really only starts from like, probably down here or so. So you don't really get this full thing of powder. This retails for $32 and you get less than an ounce. You get 0.88 ounces or 25 grams of powder. I really like this powder. I think it truly is translucent, even though it looks pretty white when you look at it, like, you know, you pick it up on your brush or on the puff. It looks pretty white, but it is truly translucent. I haven't noticed any flashback or any, like, you know, negative. Sometimes with my particular skin tone, if you have a like white translucent powder, it still will kind of like really lighten my skin tone, and I don't care for that. But this one didn't do that, so I really, really like this. To be completely honest, I haven't used this mask. I was reading the ingredients, and it has, I believe it has denatured alcohol in here, which is drying. The 5th item in here is alcohol denatured, so denatured alcohol, which is what causes it, because it's kind of like they want the mask to dry down. But I haven't used this because this obviously came in the December box, and like I've talked about so many times before, my skin gets very dry in the winter, especially in Colorado where we have like less than no humidity. And denatured alcohol is known to be quite drying on the skin, so I kind of passed on this for now. I really do like a charcoal mask. I used to mask 3 times a week when I was in California and was like really good and could just lie around in bed and watch Friday Night Lights and do a mask on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights, but I don't do that here. That's not my life anymore. But I do love a good charcoal mask. Just with how dry my skin has been these last few months, being here in the fall and winter, I haven't used this because I was like, I don't know if I want to use a mask that's going to dry my skin out more than it already is. Maybe in the summer, I will go ahead and give this a try because like I said, I love a good charcoal mask, but for right now, I passed on this. So this will probably be my least favorite item just because I haven't used it and I don't like the ingredients. The item that I disliked the most in the BoxyLuxe box was this guy. Why? Is my question. Why? So it's a little clutch, you know, you can put it on your arm and go party or something. I don't know. I don't know what you do with this. And then in here it has a little portable cell phone charger. I suppose that's fine. I honestly haven't used this either because I don't need it. It says Crimes of Beauty, and this one says Glam AF. I don't want to carry around a bag that says Glam AF. People can just look at me and know I'm glam. It's like, stay in your lane, BoxyCharm. You're not FabFitFun. We're not getting this box for like the lifestyle products. Like I could see this being in a FabFitFun box. That's not what BoxyCharm is, and I don't really think that's what BoxyLuxe is. I mean, that's not at least how they've advertised BoxyLuxe. Like BoxyCharm, you go there for the makeup. You go there for the beauty items. I don't want that. And I'm not gonna use that. But that was kind of the one that was like a letdown. But in general, I still felt like because I really, really loved the Violet Voss palette, the Wander Beauty palette, as well as the little like mini hair straightener, I still felt like BoxyLuxe was a great value for me. So that's my 2 cents worth. I think so far, I think BoxyLuxe has been worth it for me to upgrade. I really enjoyed the extra variety. I've enjoyed getting these extra products from BoxyLuxe. But is it going to continue? I don't know. Oh, great. Anyways, that's my 2 cents worth. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like videos like this where I kind of can do like a breakdown on the math and talk about cost per item and value and all that fun stuff, let me know. I really love math. I'm a huge nerd. One of my degrees is in chemistry, so, you know, I'm down for that. And if you have not yet subscribed, now is your chance. What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you'll be notified every single time that I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Bye.